Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Been a while since we did this, and I'm pretty nervous about this video. But we're here, I've pressed record, and my hands are wet. We're doing it. There's nothing we can do about this now. Nervous for a few reasons. One is one of the things I actually want to talk about, I'm pretty nervous about. So we'll get into that in a minute. Did I give numbers of reasons? Because I can only think of two, and I feel like I said three. And the other reason being, tomorrow we're going to Wales. So there's a lot going on this week. Tomorrow we're going to Wales. And I've got my nan and my auntie here tonight with my mum and me. So I've waited for as long as I can, physically can. It's like 9 o'clock now to film this, because when we came home I was like, someone is going to want to come to the bathroom. No one has, and you can guarantee now I've started doing this, it's going to happen. Just want to throw this out there. My majestic moustache. This is the first time I've ever really been able to see it when I'm recording it. Hey. Anyway, so this is sort of difficult for me to talk about. It's been a while since we did a video like this on here. Oh, I've used way too much of this. Well, let's just go with it anyway. Pretend that this is exactly what we usually do. Yeah. We'll start with nerves. We'll start with that one. So yeah, we're going to Wales tomorrow. Monday I'm doing nothing, then I'm going to Mike's, stopping overnight because Tuesday is his wedding. Now, I don't think I'm taking my camera with me. In fact, I'm not taking my camera with me. As much as I'd like to. I filmed a lot of Jack's wedding, put it on the channel, but from what I can gather, Mike's filming parts, his wedding, like completely, from the information I've got. And I'm being given a camera, possibly, to film when we get to the, hey look, it's all the men trying on the suits and putting on the suits and getting ready, let's have some, how are people feeling and stuff. Hey, bear with me. Oh, that was bugging me. I could feel like that little bit there, it was just tickling my nose and it was bugging me. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for me to film from two cameras, and instead of worrying about it, stressing about it, I'm just going to do it, just going to rock out with the camera they give me. Which means I probably won't get any footage from that wedding for the channel. Hey ho. So yeah, I'm sort of nervous about the camera bit because he's got, I think he's got pretty high standards. I say that because that's what him and his dad do. They film a lot of weddings. And from the sound of it, if they're giving me a camera, I don't know how they're going to react to my footage and my filming. And if I do things like the way I record my videos when I do them, why are you making that noise? I hope you can't hear that because it's weird. They might be like, what the hell did we get ourselves in for? I'd forgotten I'd already done this bit. Yeah, so I'm pretty nervous about that. Then I'm nervous about my speech. Stop making that noise, please. Then I'm nervous about my speech that I do not write. I do not write any speeches. This is the second time I've done a best man speech, and it's the second time that I have not written a speech. I've got points that I want to hit on, but I'm still pretty nervous about it. Because I've got a feeling, I don't know, I've got more of a feeling about this speech than I did the last one, that it's not going to go well. My last speech went really well, in my opinion, and I really enjoyed giving that speech. And I feel like I'm going to feel like that after this speech, but currently, I'm really nervous about that speech. Yeah, so I'm pretty nervous about that, what to say, what I want to say, and if it's going to work, if it's going to come out right. We shall soon see, I guess. There's not much I can do about it now. I'm not going to sit and randomly try and write down a speech now. We are, what, 2-3 days away from it now? Depending on when this video goes up. Currently it's Saturday, the wedding is on Tuesday, so to give you a little bit of a timeline. We've only got a few days left. There's no point in me writing the speech now because then I'll start rushing something, and yeah. That felt terrible. That felt really bad. That felt like I just bladed myself bad. let's not do that for a minute. Let's finish shaving the rest of my face. I feel like I have to smooth down my skin. What are you doing to me, Razor? I kind of missed a bit there because it looks really blue, and it is really blue, but it's not really blue. Where did that blue come from? Anyway, is it blue? Is it the light? Is it the light? It's the light. That was driving me insane. I wish that mirror wasn't there sometimes because I wouldn't move all the time. Anyway, I feel like I feel like a lot of the where are you going? No, it's fine. I can hear movement. I was wondering if they were going to be like, hello. I feel like a lot of the nerves are being caused by everything else that's happening in life currently. And it's been a while since we did one of these sort of chats. In my head it's been a while. Channel-wise, probably like the last video I posted. Because we're trying to just do more, hey look, I'm doing things with my life, let's go and experience that instead. It's... I don't know. I feel like that's the aim, so I'm trying not to do many of these videos anymore. But here we are doing one, and I feel like we did one really recently, and I feel like that I'm not doing what I set out to do, but let's balance it. We'll balance it between the two. We'll do less of these, but we'll still keep them here, because I feel like I need them. Personally need them. And I know there's certain people, hi Meg, that enjoy watching the stuff I do when I go out, and my stories about when I go out, like when I went to London and I told you about my nan, and her ruining my mother's birthday, my mother's birthday trip, and like the little things that I'll talk about when I'm there. I feel like they're more entertaining than these are. I feel like I'm going to have to give up on this until I can properly focus on it. And I'm proper rushing it a little bit as well, because I don't want my member of my family to be like, I need the bathroom. I am aware I've missed a lot under here, by the way. I just want to make sure I've definitely got this bit before I move down there. Yeah, so I'm trying to feel like I'm trying to do more entertaining things, more interesting things, and trying to talk about me and hear less. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it today. A little bit. Just a little bit. Possibly. I don't know how much of this is actually going to come out. Look at how awful it is under here. Let's try not to look at that, actually. Let's keep... Every time I lift my chin, keep your eyes up. Or just look away. One or the other. And I'm nervous to talk about this. I don't like talking about this because it's sort of negative. And I don't like being outwardly negative. I don't know if it helps that I know people want to get joy and enjoyment from these videos, but hey, this is what's going on in my head. I want to get it out a little bit. You don't have to suffer through this. I'm drawing you in with the shave chat, but you can leave. It's okay. Yeah, so me. I'm trying to do a lot of things at once, and I don't know if that's part of the problem. I think I've tried to do too much at once in some aspect. I'm trying to see how much of this is cut off hair. And I'm also stalling, which I'm good at. If you don't already know this, I'm very good at stalling when I want to talk about these things. Yeah, I feel like I tried to do too much at once to begin with. So, a lot of things that I've tried to do recently, I've tried to do a couple of things too soon, maybe. Meaning that like I've had to now take like 2-week break. So I started something a couple of weeks ago. I don't really want to get into too much detail, but I started something a couple of weeks ago that I then had to completely stop. And yeah, sort of seems pointless. I feel like I'm messing that person around now, and I really don't want to feel like I'm messing that person around. I'll pick back up with them like in 2 weeks, but after the 2 weeks, I mean not in 2 weeks time from now, but I'm just going to do it. I'm going to just say it. I want to learn how to drive. It's not really going anywhere. Oh, this could be interesting. It's not really going anywhere currently. Because about 2 weeks ago, I went for my first lesson. Didn't really want to talk about it because I don't want to get people's hopes up that I'm going to learn and pass, because it might not, probably won't ever happen. So 2 weeks ago, I went for my first lesson. I can really do Mondays only, pretty much. What are you doing out there? Pretty much only do Mondays for lessons. Monday after it was bank holiday. This Monday, day before the wedding, and I'm like rushing around trying to sort things out, trying to pack bags, and then go over to Mike's. So 2 weeks where I'm not doing it. I feel like I've let them down. Because I had issues with my last instructor when I tried years and years ago. Like really, really struggled with them. And when I sat talking to him, he was like, "So, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about how I taught you today?" And I was like, "Do you know what? It's been really good." And he was really good. It wasn't something I just said to him. There were moments where I had like proper panics in my head, but then looking back at them now, I'm like, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And he was like, "Is it something you're going to want to carry on, or is it just a one and done?" And I said, "No, it's definitely something I want to carry on." He was like, "When?" I said, "Monday's good for me." He went, "Next Monday is bank holiday." I said, "No." Then, obviously, everything coming up, I can't really do any other Monday. So, I feel like I've let myself down and let him down to a point. Which is weird. It's a really stupid way to think of things, but that's how my brain works. We're going to leave this now. I'm pretty much done with this. I think. I'll come back and neaten up in a bit. So it's a pretty stupid way to think of things, but that's how I feel about that situation. And I think that might be sort of getting on my mind a little bit. Stay. Might be getting on my mind a little bit about things not helping with my brain process. So I'm trying to think about what I'm going to say in this speech, trying to make sure I've got everything prepped and sorted for that. I've got that going on in my mind, and then all this stuff to do with work. We will talk about that in a minute. We're going to move because I just want to sit down. I've done this. Let's move on. Move into some other room. Shut the door. My mum came upstairs halfway through that shave, which is why I was like, "What was that? What are you doing?" She's gonna probably mention that in a minute as well. And my battery's about to die. I wonder if I can vlog with it. No, because the lighting's terrible over there. This could cut out halfway through, and if it does, I'll finish it off. If it does cut out, just because my battery's really low. So yeah, so that's one thing that's on my mind. The other thing on my mind is currently work. I've not clashed a lot. I've been struggling at work with a lot of things, and I wasn't even looking at the camera, so I didn't know you were all up here. Like, with a lot of things, and if I want to carry on doing the job I'm currently doing, I still don't know what to do about that. It's going to be a very difficult thing to decide on as well. I really enjoy the job. I really enjoy what I'm doing. I really enjoy the people I'm working with, and I really don't want to leave. I'm also feeling like I need to, as contrasting as that is to the first point. I feel like that I need to move on, and I need to think about things. The problem with that is then that makes me feel like the more I think about it, the more I think that I have wasted a lot of my life. I like to laugh awkwardly when I talk about these things. I feel like I've wasted a lot of my life doing nothing. There's a lot of things that I've wanted to do in the past that I have not done, and I'm trying to do a lot of that this year. There's a lot of family that I have not seen, But I'm like, I'll make time. I will make time. Will make time. And life just goes on, and you miss that chance. And this year, I've made sure I've taken those chances, and I'm seeing a lot more of my family and doing more things with my family, doing more things for me that I really wanted to do over the years, and I've not been able to do. I'm desperate to swim with sharks this year. I'm trying to sort it out. I'm trying to figure it out. I really want to take a camera and someone with me to film it. If I don't get that chance, I still want to go, and I want to make that happen. That has been something that's been in my head for years. And if I don't do that, I feel like I'm going to let myself down a little bit. I've been planning it for years. I said it's going to happen. If I don't do it, like, I'm upsetting myself. I'm letting myself down. I don't want to do that. I wanted to make a career of performance. I've not done that. And this is going to sound stupid to people, but this is how I feel about it. I feel like I've lost it. I've lost that ability. It's been so long since I did anything performance-wise properly. I know I've done stage experience and stuff like that, but I've not really been acting in those. It's more singing, because I'm not really given many lines to do. That's when this starts kicking in, and I start thinking that's to do with the fact that I can't act as well as I think I can act. And taking such a long break from it, maybe I've lost that ability. When I try to sing pretty much every day. When I'm at work, I'll stick a headphone in when I'm on an early, because we're in the building for half an hour with no one else in it, and I'll walk around and I'll sing, and that's mostly to try and get my confidence up in my singing ability, because I feel like I'm losing that a little bit, and then that on top of me feeling like I'm not good enough of a performer, and I can't act anymore as well as I used to. It's making me feel like I've missed that opportunity in my life now, and I'm currently stuck where I am, and there's nothing I can do about it. And if I applied, like, lots of thoughts going through my head, but if I applied for like an acting school or a university or something, I wouldn't be at that level, so then I'd have to go back to college or something like that and try and hone my craft, and that'd feel like a waste of time in a way for me, because I should have just done it all when I was younger. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I just feel like I've let myself down a lot, and I feel like I don't feel fully happy in what I'm doing currently at work, and where I'm at, and what I'm doing, and if I'm good enough at my job. I just don't feel like I'm good enough at what I do at work. But because of all these other feelings that are in my head and all these other feelings that I'm going through, I also feel like I'm not good enough at anything else, which isn't great. Yeah, I'm trying to figure everything out at the minute, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what else to say. There are a lot of days when I go into work and it's a really hard day. And people don't think I'm stupid, I don't know that, but I always think that's down to me. It's my if it's my day and I'm doing the shift, it's my shift to run. And it goes badly, I always put that down to me. Oh, I'm not good enough at this. I don't do well enough at this. There are a lot of other factors involved. I'm trying to keep it as vague as I can. There are a lot of other factors involved as well in that that bother me about everything, that do not seem to be able to get sorted at all. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried to sort those out, but I'm being told no, it's not changing. And if it's not changing and I feel like I'm not fitting in and I don't fit into that and I'm not good enough to fit into that, maybe it's time to move on. Which is a very, very difficult thing to think about and consider and talk about. We'll see what happens, I suppose. But I don't feel like I'm good enough to go anywhere else. I'm good enough to do anything else. Because half the time I don't feel like I'm good enough for what I do. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I've got too much in my head and I've tried to do too much on top of that. and it's not really working out, which does make sense. That all follows a narrative, and I can see where that's going, and I can see why that doesn't work. But yeah, pretty can't even say words. Feeling pretty shit at the minute about myself in a way, and I don't know what to do to sort that out and to fix that. So I'm just trying to clear my chest, try and get it all off my chest, and that's just like a little snippet, I suppose. That's the main thing that's going on in here. Yeah, but that's pretty much everything I want to talk about, I think, to do with it. I'm trying to figure it out, but I feel like I'm trying to figure it out at the same time as doing everything else. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do the only thing that I felt like I could do, which was performance. Can I still do that at all? Am I good enough to do that at all? I never felt good enough at the time of actually doing shows and stuff. So even when I was doing the shows, I was like, am I even good enough to be here? And then now I'm not doing shows, and now I'm thinking, well, am I even good enough to go back to those? Then I'm thinking on top of that, am I good enough to do the job I'm doing? On top of that, I'm trying to figure out if I'm ready to learn how to drive and do everything else that I want to do. Yeah, and I've taken a lot of hits. Personally, I've taken a lot of hits confidence-wise, so I'm feeling pretty low on that as well. Yeah, I don't know what to think and what to do. So all of this is happening as well as me trying to think. I've got a best man speech to give on Tuesday, where I want it to be light-hearted and I want it to be as comical as I can make it and as fun and as I can, as I know I can make it, because I've done it before and I've made a fun, entertaining best man speech before, but who knows if that is possible currently. But I'm going to try. I am going to try. And I'm going to stop boring you with this. I'm going to try on my suit for the wedding, which is currently over there, and get ready to go to Wales tomorrow. I'm going to take this camera with me. I'm going to plug it in, I'm going to charge it, I'm going to take the camera with me tomorrow to Wales. Don't know if we're going to film anything, but I'll take it just in case. And yeah, sorry for dumping on you like this, but this is how my mind is currently working. Let's just go on some more adventures and forget this ever happened. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as you can. As much as I have, clearly. And I will see you again in the next one, which hopefully will be Wales. Will not be the wedding, but I will do another chat like this, I suppose, to talk about how all of the wedding and stuff went if I don't take because I'm not taking the camera with me. I keep saying if I don't, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it. I don't want to take this and worry about it. Don't hold me to that. Maybe I'll have to talk to her about it. Maybe we'll have a Millie exclusive vlog and I'll get her to hold the camera and do some filming. Let's see if she's up for it. We'll see what happens. You might get a nice little surprise from Millie, or you might get nothing and we'll just talk about it afterwards. Either way, this one is over, and I will see you again in the next one.